So again, we're going to be talking all about understanding your customer's behavior today, product preference, and discount sensitivity. So what we're really going to start out with, and the previous two sessions, for those of you who have missed the two sessions prior to this, again, everything's recorded, so you can always refer back, and we'll have more sessions monthly. So we can send out additional registration links. But the first two sessions were all about acquiring and retaining new customers. So do you want to look at bringing in new customers to the store, or do you want to look at how you can really retain existing ones and how to get them to maybe spend a little bit more or be more sticky of customers? And then this other session was about bundling products. So really what goes well together and how can you bundle products specifically for people who are frequently purchasing products that go well. So with all of that, now we're on to really understanding customer behavior and what exactly they want to buy. So I'm going to set up a little bit of a story just to give you some context and something to follow along with on this little journey here. So for example, we really want to kind of solve for a problem when we're thinking about understanding customers' behavior. So I want to understand, okay, if I want to maybe reduce my inventory and increase my revenue, I want to start by understanding what am I overstocked on, and then go from there, figuring out what customers are purchasing those products and how we can maybe promote them a little bit better, or assist them in getting them in the store to purchase that product. So if you missed a session on inventory management, I go over this whole inventory coverage dashboard. But for the purpose of today, I'm just using it to simply understand what I'm overstocked on. Feel free to go back and watch that previous recorded session on inventory management to understand really more about this inventory coverage. But what I really want to know is what I'm overstocked on in terms of category. I'm just going to keep it really simple. So with this graph here, I can see all of my blue bars here are telling me how I'm stocked within each of my categories. I see two outliers here, topicals as well as capsules. This is telling me that I'm overstocked in these categories. I have about 12 weeks on hand of capsules. And then similar with topicals. So that's what these two blue bars are really telling me. And again, to keep it simple, I'm just going to say, okay, I'm overstocked on capsules, and I now want to understand who is purchasing capsules so I can move them a little bit faster. So with that, I'm going to jump into part of my premium marketing module, product purchase behavior. This is going to be under premium customer analysis, under product purchase behavior. So we're really going to focus on customer analysis, a portion of that, as well as a little bit of marketing too. So now that I have the information about capsules, I'm going to try to figure out who's purchasing capsules. So this product purchase behavior is really all about cannabis wallet. So every time a customer comes into your store, they have a cannabis wallet, which means how much money do they have to spend on cannabis. This differs by age, by gender, etc. But we can use this dashboard to really understand, where people's money are going, which products are they buying, which categories do they prefer to buy, all of that good stuff. So for those of you who aren't super familiar with the Headset platform, we always have these filters at the top that allow you to select the criteria that you really want to look at. So I'm going to filter this into specific things that I want to pull in. First being store name. And I should mention that we're just looking at our dummy data. So this is a fake retailer account, fake data in here. So I'm not looking at anybody's specific data. So we have the store name. I selected my specific store as Denver. Date range, I want to look at the last 90 days to get a healthy amount of data in here to look at, but you can of course select any different type of range that you want. Using the is in range, is on the certain day, is previous, all these different operators you have to choose from for that. I'm measuring the selection by total revenue, but you could also choose to do total units or profits. And I'm slicing by category because that's what I really want to focus on today. I could also drill down into vendor or brand or package size even. And then if you do want to focus in on a specific category, you can go ahead and select it here. You could also remove any non-cannabis related items by choosing is not. That's a little tool tip for you. And then gender, I did select specifically female and male. There is an unknown option, but I don't necessarily want to look at the unknowns. I just want to see, okay, who are my females and males in here, as well as age group. I didn't want to select unknown for that, so I just simply left that off, but I want to see all other age groups. Once I have that all selected, if you are following along, you can simply hit the purple refresh, or if you don't necessarily have this module yet, you can just keep watching, but you do, every time you select new criteria, you have to click the reload button. So once all my criteria is in here, I get to see what customer data is available to me. So with these genders and age groups, I can see that about 4,000 customers have been shopping at my store in the last 90 days that adhere to these specific criteria. With that, the percent of transactions with customer data behind that, so information about specific demographics on customers, is about 80%. 27 or almost 28% of those shoppers have age group associated with them, and 45 have gender. So if this was an actual customer that I was looking at, I would say maybe to suggest making sure that their sales staff is collecting more of this healthy customer data if they can, because that will just give more validity to the data that we're seeing. Not that it's not valid, but it just gives us a lot more stronger of an argument to really go towards whatever marketing strategy we're trying to build. So I would say that maybe age group is a little bit low, but we can always do better collecting that type of information. With all of that information, I can now look at, okay, what are my sales splits by gender? Which gender is preferring different types of categories? With this, it's pretty easy to see. The pink is going to be female, the bluish color is going to be male, and some of these definitely stand out. For example, topical and capsules, those two categories that I'm actually overstocked on. I want to focus again on capsules though, and I see that 68% of females, or 68% of the capsules purchased are being purchased by a female, 32% being captured or purchased by males. Interesting, conversely, we can see a lot of males are preferring beverages versus females, same with tinctures and sublinguals. So you can kind of find interesting tidbits about that information there. And then down here is something else that I really want to focus on, which is cannabis wallet by gender as well as by age group. So because I'm kind of going along this capsule story, I want to really only focus on that right now. Capsules are going to be represented by the dark blue here, and we can see that only a really small sliver of capsules is actually being purchased by females and males. So again, not a lot of capsule sales overall at my Denver store, but that's something I still want to focus on moving a little bit more. So I'm just gonna continue on this story. So females, we can see the dollar amount associated if we're looking at females and what their cannabis wallet would look like. So $359 for females, and then about $166 for males. So not too much of a discrepancy there between if males or females have a strong preference either way. But down here, cannabis wallet by age group, this is where we really start to see a pattern with capsules specifically, because if we look over here, the largest chunk of navy blue is actually going towards ages 66 plus. So 8% of 66 plus are purchasing capsules, or 8% of their wallet is going towards capsules, I should say. You notice that any other age group here doesn't really have that big of a sliver associated with capsules at all. So that is definitely an outlier that we want to focus on. So 66 plus, and it makes sense, right? Like if you're thinking about who's taking capsules or who's purchasing capsules, probably the age group that, you know, is used to consuming capsules for, you know, health reasons, maintenance, whatever. So it kind of makes sense that 8% would be going towards this wallet for 66 plus. So those are kind of the connections that you can start to draw from this data as well. I'm talking pretty fast, but please let me know if there are any questions so far. I'm happy to answer anything about what I just went over.
I think that one of the things in terms of following along is that we're currently moving from I Heart Mary Jane to Swede. And so with that cutover, some of my category information isn't coming through, and it's probably, I'm going to try just slicing the data to be like 30 days and see if that changes anything, because I'm just giving the gender information.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that would probably definitely have an effect if you're switching over there. I'm happy to do some data validation with you as well if we need to get our support team involved.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, cool. So now that we understand who is buying capsules in terms of demographics, we can jump over to demographic selection. Again, that's going to be under customer analysis too. So with demographic selection, we can really drill down into who specifically, what the age group and gender that we just identified, what's really going on with them. So we can use our gender and age group filters here to drill into that specific demographic. So I chose, again, female and male, and I chose 66 plus here. All right, so with that information, we can see again, which is what we suspected, not a huge amount of customers and revenue going towards capsules, but that's okay. We're still gonna focus on it. So we have customer count being 21, that's including both males and females when a gender is known, as well as age group 66 plus. This is the total revenue that they brought in the last 90 days, average basket, as well as percent of discount. So this is the average discount applied to their sales. Scrolling down a little bit more, something that I really like to look at is this top 15 referral sources. So if you do have a referral source program implemented, such as, you're partnered with Weedmaps, Leafly, Yelp, what have you, this is a really great, and if you're tracking it consistently, I should also note that, but this is a really great way to see where the customers are coming from in terms of referral source. So maybe there is something that you can do with your referral sources to potentially implement a marketing strategy to get more of these people in the door to purchase capsules. And that's something that we really can start to look at with this referral source. So again, referral sources, it looks like the majority of these types of customers are coming from Weedmaps. Second to that is just a drive-by. And what you can actually do, the great thing about Headset is usually you can click into something and get more information. So what I want to do with this total revenue, I can click into this and look at total revenue by product. And I can see exactly what products people are buying from when they are referred by Weedmaps. Maybe you're doing a specific promo with a specific brand or product and Weedmaps, and you can kind of look to see what does it look like. Has that referral and promotion brought in more customers to purchase that product? So with this pop-up table, you can look at total revenue associated with what the specific product was, total units, average item price, all that good stuff. And the next thing I wanted to point out on this specific dashboard is what is the filtered demographic buying? We can see that this demographic is most frequently purchasing flower, vapor pen, edible, etc. But again, focusing on capsules here, we can see not a ton of revenue is going towards them. The average item price is kind of low, but if we click in by product name, again, we can see what specifically this demographic is buying in terms of capsules. So this is a great way to see what capsules are they coming in to purchase regularly. Now we can kind of start to hone in on what specific type of promotion we want to do, maybe getting involved with a certain brand or vendor to do things like that. All right. Any questions on this demographic selection here? All righty. Okay, next what we can do is look at demographics by hour. Again, still in customer analysis here, but this is going to be a great way to identify when are these people that we've kind of started to look at, when are they actually shopping and coming into your stores. So the demographic by hour, again, I chose just a couple of age groups to look at. Mainly, I want to look at the 65 plus there. Date range, I'm actually going to change this to 90 to stay consistent with this whole story that I'm telling you guys. And then we're looking at it again by total revenue. So once this refreshes, sometimes it takes a second. We will be able to see hourly sales by gender. So again, like I said, there isn't a huge discrepancy between genders and purchasing capsules. What I really am interested in is actually the age group and hourly sales by age group. So if we scroll down a little bit here, we can see hourly sales age group. And this line graph is really telling us when the most amount of people are coming in for that age group and what hour of day that is. So it looks like noon and 2 p.m. is when the highest amount of customers 65 plus are coming into the store. This makes sense because, you know, that older group of people are typically shopping during the day, whereas millennials and Gen Zs and all that are shopping kind of after work hours. So makes sense to see that kind of higher shopping count during the middle of the day. So this is also something we can tie in and consider, okay, maybe if we are running a promotion or a discount, what time of day even do we want to run that? It might make sense to run that during the day so that these shoppers will be in your store and purchasing already. You don't want to necessarily run a capsule promotion at like 9 p.m. Because that targeted demographic will not be in the store at 9 p.m. usually. All right, and then we have some heat maps too associated with this demographics by hour. We have heat map age groups. You can see 65 plus, the darker the rectangle, the less amount of customers in that age group are shopping on that day. And then of course, the lighter the rectangle is the more frequent. So 65 plus, again, not a ton of customers are shopping at your store, but we can see like Thursday afternoon maybe is probably the highest amount that customers 65 plus are coming in. So if you hover over that rectangle that's a little bit brighter here, we can tell that you can see the highest revenue or the total revenue associated, what hour of day it was, and then day of week as well as age group. So that is kind of how all of our heat maps work within our entire platform. You can always hover over and see what kind of data that you're getting. All right, so
Fascinating.
sorry, can you repeat that?
Fascinating.
Yes, yeah, I'm glad you think so. So now that we understand who is purchasing capsules, which is male and female 65 plus, when they're coming into our store about 2 p.m. or noon, we can start to understand a little bit more about discounts, if they're sensitive to discounts or not. And we can do that with our discount analysis. So discount analysis is found under, where am I? Under premium marketing. So if you're new to the platform or recently got brought onto our premium platform, marketing is made up of quite a few different of these modules, including customer analysis, basket analysis, marketing, customer segmentation, and demand planning. So that's kind of what makes up the marketing portion. So we've broken it down into 5 different training sessions. So this is the 3rd out of 5 premium marketing sessions, if that makes sense. I may have just confused everyone, but anyway, if you were confused as to why I was jumping around, that is why. So now we're in marketing, we're in discount analysis, And we're looking at, again, I sorted it based on what we've just been seeing. So I'm looking at only female or male, as well as age group 66 plus. And we can see what their discount sensitivity looks like. So again, we saw at the previous dashboard that the average total discount in this period was 20%. But the number that stands out to me is 100% of customers purchasing with a discount. So this means that 100% of females and males 66 plus coming into the store in the last 90 days have a discount applied to their basket. A caveat to this is that our demo data has a lot of discount analysis type, like fake data in our account. So this is hopefully not super realistic to other actual retailers, but 100% definitely stands out to me. Discount sensitivity. So what you're looking at here is what the average basket is, and then what the average discount applied to that basket has been. So it looks like, again, the highest amount would be average basket being almost $52, and the average discount applied to that would be about 23%. So some things we can start to think about with discount analysis is, are these people that are purchasing capsules actually coming in because they want capsules? And are they only coming in when there is a discount applied? Do they always have a discount applied to their basket because of a certain age group special, what have you? Things like this, start to think about, like, maybe if they are being priced a little too high or something like that, and you have to apply a discount to get them in the store, maybe it is a pricing issue instead of a discount issue. Like 100% of customers shopping get a discount. You know, that's not necessarily what a retailer would like to see. It could be impacting margin and revenue and all that stuff. So something to start to think about with this discount analysis is how many customers are getting a discount, and really why are they getting a discount? You could be better off maybe doing a flash sale for capsules for this specific demographic on Thursday afternoons around noon and getting them in the store that way, as opposed to always giving them an expected discount. So that's really all I wanted to look at in discount analysis. Again, I'm just trying to give you bite-sized pieces of information to not overwhelm you, but kind of start getting the gears turning a little bit with what we can show you in our retailer platform.